Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday and you tune into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isana Cayetano, and here's what's making headlines today. BEL accepts tariff cut but warns of financial strain. 1% remittance tax set to impact Belize starting Friday. A garbage crisis looms in Placencia as road washout blocks dump site. And holiday spirit crushed as Kolkata's Christmas tree is vandalized. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
I'm Brittany. My stories are heartfelt and bring a fresh perspective. On the job, there is no challenge too great. Flooded highways, raging fires, or asking tough questions. My determination and willingness to connect with people help to deliver stories that put you, our viewers, at the forefront of issues. My motto? Accurate, timely, and relevant. I am News 5.
Welcome back. Belize Electricity Limited has agreed to implement new electricity tariffs starting Thursday, January 1st, 2026, following the Public Utility Commission's recent decision. But behind the polite acceptance lies a troubling reality. BEL says the approved rate hike falls short of what's needed to keep the lights on without financial pain. The PUC approved an increase of 0.0337 cents per kilowatt hour over 30 months, far less than BEL's requested 0.549 cents over 24 months. That gap leaves the company with an $18.8 million shortfall, costs the company insists were prudently incurred to maintain reliability during a period of severe supply constraints. BEL's letter to the PUC outlines mounting pressures, including $52.5 million owed to independent power producers, $92 million in local debt, and $82 million in debt service due by 2027. Add to that over $80 million spent on emergency gas turbines to avoid blackouts, and the picture is clear: BEL is walking a financial tightrope. The utility defends its spending, saying the San Pedro gas turbine, though delayed and costly at $56.1 million, was essential to prevent widespread outages. Quote, "Without these investments, Belize would have faced 2 hours of daily blackouts," end quote, BEL warns. But the real sting? Delays in solar projects that could have saved consumers $53.6 million in 2025. BEL admits that if those projects had rolled out on time, profits would have soared and debt shrunk. So, why didn't they? BEL promises tighter cost controls and transparency going forward, but reserves the right to recover unrecovered costs later. For now, consumers get a smaller tariff hike, but can Belize electricity's sector stay reliable and affordable without a shock to wallets? You may have heard about President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. Well, one part of that law is about to hit home for Belizeans, and it starts this Friday. The law introduces a new tax on money sent from the U.S. to other countries, including Belize. Beginning January 1st, a 1% tax will apply to certain remittances, think cash transfers through Western Union or money orders. Now the tax is charged in the U.S., but the impact will be felt right here. Families who rely on support from relatives abroad could see a little less in their pockets. And while 1% might sound small, remittances are a lifeline for many Belizean households, covering essentials like food, rent, school fees, and medical care. The bigger picture is that it could ripple through the economy. According to Inter-American Development Bank, Belizeans received about $173 million in remittances up to November of this year, and 84% of that came from the U.S., with numbers spiking during the Christmas season. So even a small change could mean a big difference for families and for Belize's economy. The Placencia Village Council has been forced to leave trash at the entrance of its dump site because the access road is now impassable. Heavy rains have washed out the only road leading to the site, and repeated pleas to the central government for emergency repairs have gone unanswered. Village leaders say they've even sent a $30,000 estimate for repairs, but so far, no action. Placencia is one of Belize's top tourist destinations. Vice Chair Bryce Dial told us that without immediate government intervention, this situation could spiral into a full-blown hygiene crisis.
Leading up to the high season, we had been reaching out to different government agencies, mainly MIDH for assistance to get the dump road and the actual dump site in a workable position because it is in a really bad state. So going back before that, solid waste used to help with the management of the dump site, and at some point they backed out from that. So starting in like late September, early October, we were reaching out to MIDH, and we felt as if we were getting the runaround from them, and they still haven't come. And we keep getting different excuses. And while we understand, they have a lot of communities to work with, we gave them advance notice that we would need help, and we knew the rainy season was coming along with the high season. So now we're at where we're at, and I think across the country, people know that villages receive very little funding to get things done. And with a village the size of Placencia, along with Sainbite, and then we have Riversdale, the entire peninsula, it's a large population that we're servicing for garbage removal. And we're not getting any funding or any help. So now we try to keep the maintenance of the vehicles and the equipment up, but when we're having to send the vehicles back into conditions like that, like yesterday, for instance, we got stuck back there and it took us hours to get out, and we had to hire heavy equipment to get the truck out. And then that allowed us only to do one run of garbage. And like I mentioned, it's the high season. So now we're backed up with garbage.
For now, the garbage keeps piling up, and so does the frustration. Meanwhile, the Kolkata Village Council is speaking out after an act of vandalism shook the community's holiday spirit earlier today. Sometime between 3 and 3:45 a.m., the village Christmas tree, a seasonal centerpiece, was deliberately torn down. Witnesses say the tree was standing tall at 3 a.m., but less than an hour later, it was lying broken on the ground. Council members are deeply disappointed, especially since most of the decorations were donated by residents. Village chairperson Alex Zub says the real issue here is respect for the community and for the spirit that brings everyone together. And this comes at a time when vandalism has been on the rise in recent weeks.
Part of the tree is broken, and many of the decoration, the Christmas tree has been burst, and a lot of the ball decorations was flown off the tree. So we are trying to put back everything together, know what we could join back if possible. Well, if not, we will still put it up again. So it's just bad-minded people in the village. Just before the Christmas, there have been many incidents that occurred, and in this village, especially in front of the community center, where they stone vehicle windshields, vehicles, glass doors, and sorts of things. This vandalism has been a while happening, and we cannot cut them so right-handed. So that is the problem. So as I mentioned before, I would really would want the villagers to try help us as village council to monitor these types of incident that occurred in village, because it make the village look bad. Not only the village council, but the village in a whole. So that is my I would say pass on to the village, to the villagers.
Authorities are asking anyone with information to step forward. They stress that community cooperation is key to stopping these crimes and holding those responsible accountable. That's a wrap for the news at noon, but don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit greaterbelize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.